Just recently, I went to Bocas del Toro, a remote island in Panama, up to the northwest near Costa Rica, and stayed at Coco Resort. Now, I had met a woman who built this 2 years ago in Panama at La Posta restaurant, and she urged me to come, and it took me 2 years to actually find myself heading up by plane from Panama City to Isla Colón. I landed, and she picked me up and took me to her resort, which was on water. And she has constructed 5 cottages out on the water so that you can feel as if you're on shipboard, but actually you're in a very finely built hardwood cabin accommodating 4 or 6 people, or 1 in my case. When you get there, you're just amazed by the movement of the water constantly around you. And the resort is on Saigon, which is kind of an inner bay of Isla Colón, and looks west to the mountains of Panama. In fact, my cabin was the outermost cabin, and these are the innermost cabins. And I was able to take pictures whenever the sun cleared, which was not always, but in fact, I said 5 cabins. There are 6 cabins, and eternally moving water. The proximity to other dwellings was a joy to me, so I could take pictures of what I considered to be an extraordinarily colorful landscape of buildings. This is looking one way and then looking the other way. Saigon is on a peninsula or a spit of land from which the other side of the land was about 150 yards away, the ocean, the Caribbean Sea. But it rained, as it does in Panama, and rain has that wonderful quality of washing the world. I loved it. It was so relaxing to be in a sumptuous, sensual atmosphere, and I was quite dry. I'm telling you that these cottages that have been built at Coco are very fine quality, hardwood and secure, and the only thing that might impinge upon them is a strong wind and rain. Walking over, this is the ocean, and this is what I was doing when I found myself ready to relax and go out upon the town and photograph the buildings, the colors, so that my travelogue in Bocas del Toro is really a color trip. Here is the dancing house and a Indian cuisine restaurant. It is just a normal kind of village with lots of hotels and restaurants and various kinds of things that anybody who is on a vacation will love to do when they are not out taking boat rides to the outlying islands or just relaxing like I did. I found that my obsession with color and form really fulfilled my days, and I had no interest in going for boat rides or seeing other areas that were more beautiful. But in the future, when I come back, I'm sure that I will find a boat trip for the day a fabulous, wonderful idea. but I like to find the streets and find the things in the streets. And my friend at Coco took me to this boat for a dinner when I arrived, and they hadn't quite finished the pier out to it, and it was raining so that the tarps were leaking, but it was great food, enjoyable. I love the gentle sway on the water, which you don't get on the docks of Coco, but you do, of course, in the hammocks. This is a apartment. There is a further apartment at Coco that is in the trees on the mainland, and it sits behind the village of the Coco Resort cabins. So there you are, another angle. Getting back to the Caribbean side, 4 or 5 breakers at once. The sidewalk of Coco, a colorful melange of pieces of ceramic, and looking through the gateway at someone coming down the boardwalk into Coco. Aloe, of course. Every morning I would walk by the aloe plant, and the cement had shells buried in it. And here you see the hardwood and the view from the apartment, which is where I subsequently stayed after being out on the boardwalk of Coco. The last part of the Coco boardwalk is a little platform where people can go. And one day, finally, we got an amazing sunset. I was cooking, and I just happened to look up and saw the entire world was red and yellow, and ran out and caught this picture. Just more color everywhere, flowers, colors I love, beautiful colors. Simple things, a sneaker on a step, or a striped shirt on a clothesline. And so, day by day, I walked around and photographed color. And it was like photographing gardens. Well, there were gardens and flowers everywhere, and plantain bananas. But the buildings themselves were colors of flowers also. And leaves, one of my favorite passages, or in front of a new church that's being built, crosses, and a heavy overhanging tree on the beach, the Caribbean side, a fabulous beach, warm. You could walk into it anytime and swim for an hour. It would be the best. Unlike New England waters, a heavy hanging tree on the beach. The beach is about a mile long and a great walk, and just 2 or 3 minutes back to Coco Resorts. And in Coco, when the water is illuminated by the late afternoon light, it's so beautiful. If you get a chance, come to Bocas Del Toro and stay at Coco.